Cyber, where are you?
All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Critics Collective. I'm Legacy Lingo. I have Manny the Not So Superfan and Mayte with us. And we want to thank you guys for joining us for another episode as we review Last Breath, which recently just dropped in theaters. It's a scripted version based on the extraordinary true story. And I'm actually excited to hear what these guys have to say about watching. Unfortunately, I haven't watched it. I know you guys probably thinking, what's this guy even around for? Every review, he's like, I haven't seen it. But trust me, I'm getting back on my game. Life be lifing. All right. But these two were able to watch it, and I'm excited to get their spoiler-free review. But before we do that, I want to make sure you guys know that we appreciate everybody that's been building up this channel. If you like what we're doing, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button on this video and turn on the alerts and join the collective community. All right, Last Breath. The IMDb synopsis has it as a true story that follows seasoned deep sea divers as they battle the raging elements to rescue their crewmate trapped hundreds of feet below the ocean surface. It's pretty straightforward to the point. I'm going to start with you, Mayte. Tell me your initial impression when you first came across this movie.
My initial impression, I mean, I didn't realize it was based on a true story, so I didn't know that at first. I don't think I really paid attention to that part, but I saw the cast. Yes, I'm like, it has to be good immediately because they're really good actors. I really like them. So I was very excited for it. I want to see how, it would be portrayed. So
Okay. All right. How about you, Manny? What was your initial impression when you came across this film?
I basically thought it was one of those other, quick Hollywood type of movie where they try to make a buck out of a tragic event.
Yeah. Did you think it was a last ditch Oscar grab type of thing, or just a money thing?
Just a money thing.
Okay. All right. So that's interesting. And now, Manny, you knew this was based on a true story. You saw the documentary, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw it a while back in 2019 or something.
Okay. So it's gonna be interesting to hear your feedback after getting that input plus this movie. Matter of fact, why don't we start with you, Manny? Why don't you give me your highs and lows? Let me know how you feel about the movie.
So pretty much it's kind of dumb. One of my lows was I kind of expected them to go like, how sometimes Hollywood go overboard with them, like a scripted documentary movie. They didn't really do that with this film. Based on what the documentary was, they just went. It was like a just straight story. It happened. Rescue him. There was a certain point where it was tense, but they were, how sometimes Hollywood they over dramatize certain things.
Right.
There wasn't really much of that going on. It was like, all right, the guy's trapped. We're gonna rescue him, and it just got rescued. When he got rescued, I was like, oh, nothing else.
I totally get that. When you laughed at first, and you were like, I know this kind of seems silly, but I'm hearing you, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, we're so used to them like really dramatizing something, and if you basically just got the straightforward story.
Yeah, they didn't take much liberty with this.
So. Okay. So that was a low for you, or was that a high, or did it kind of just like both? It kind of you appreciate it, but it also kind of brought you down.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I know originally Jaimin Hunsu was cast in this as one of the main characters, and I guess they switched him out. But other than that, I don't know how to explain. Like it just felt like all right.
Okay, I got you.
I get it. I get it. You guys getting your money.
Okay, all right. What about you, Mayte? Tell me how you felt about the highs and lows.
See, for me, I'm very emotional, so I was very tuned into the emotional. Like, oh my gosh, like what is going on? I was very because once I realized when they said it was a true story, it's like, oh my gosh, like this really happened to somebody. So I'm very emotional. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm just imagining myself being him. Like, oh my gosh, like I'm, just going through the whole story with it. I agree with what Manny said. Like, it was just story. Like, it just went right into it. Like, there wasn't like no much of a script. There's just more of like go. So I get that.
Okay.
And then even when he was rescued, like it was like, okay, you expect like you do expect a little bit more, something more. We're so used to more tragedy, you know? So I get that. But for me, I was going through the whole ride. I was crying. I was like, oh my gosh, like when they say like how much time has gone, how much time has passed, you're just like, I was like, whoa, like that, like, you know, because the movie is going. So you're not really thinking of the time. And like when the actions are, you know, really transpiring, you're like, okay,
Right.
wait. So like in real time, yeah, this much time probably has passed. And you're just like, okay. For me, I was just like caught up in everything. So I was just like crying. I was just like, oh my gosh. So I'm just emotional.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
So for me, I feel like I don't know if I'm just a crybaby, but I cried. I was crying for like once it hit a certain point, I couldn't stop crying. So I was like, oh my God, like this is so emotional. And then I feel like there is a religious aspect to it too.
Okay.
Like, you know, him and his thoughts and stuff, just processing, you know, I feel like there's a little hints of certain stuff, but that was just me, my interpretation of certain stuff, just kind of being overthinking maybe, but maybe that played into me being a little bit more emotional.
So was it? Would you say? And correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry if I'm mishearing it. But was it basically like the character kind of just accepting that this might be it, and were you getting religious aspects of that moment, like where his mind was at as he thought he wasn't going to be saved, was it stuff like that?
I think more post.
Okay, gotcha.
Because I mean, we don't really get much of. You get more of an outside perspective of what's going on with him versus like a first person. So I guess it's more post where certain things that he says makes you question certain stuff.
Okay.
But then the end credits, like when they're showing like when they show like the real footage and certain stuff, like they show like good memories and everything. I don't want to spoil anything.
Right. I mean, it's all true stories. So.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so like it was like they show like his wedding, and then he's like, okay, he's still doing it. So it was like, okay, it's like a good happy ending, which is not bad, but
so yeah, I'm pulling what y'all said now.
So it was bit, you know.
One thing they did, I agree with Mayte, is that at the beginning of the movie, I see where she's coming from as far as the emotional attachment, because they start off the movie as with that character. As soon as the movie starts, you're with the character, with his family, and it's kind of like one of those hood movies, like, oh, things going well. Damn, this nigga's about to
go left.
But yeah, but they start off with him like everything's going well with his family. You see it, he's just walking through, goes to the ship, and it's just you following him till the accident happened, and boom, you know.
And then with the ending, they basically just kind of they gave it to you. He saved it, just left there instead of making it they could have. Instead of making a grand spectacle, they could have. You guys wish they would have at least made it maybe more of a spectacle once they saved them. Is that what you were lacking after they finally got to him?
So.
That moment where he's getting saved and the music is intensifying, and I'm like in my sound, all right, it's about to get real. And it's like he's going up, and I'm like, oh, yeah, he's safe. That's it.
And that's like credits.
Yeah. But it wasn't that bad, but it was like, and the music kept intensifying. I was like, oh, something else gonna happen.
You thought it was gonna be more.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm so used to that, you know.
Right.
Them adding that little seasoning in the movie is.
And then he died.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see you're waiting for that other shoe to drop. The way they're building it up. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you on that one. All right. Go ahead.
One of my thing is, because I'm usually on TikTok a lot, and watching videos about the North Sea, they really brought up like, yo, man, if the North Sea is not a place to be, there you really show you that on like the bottom of the ocean is like it's a scary place. So they did good on that part as far as that.
Okay, that's what's up. All right, so you know what it's time for. It's time for us to rate this thing. I'm interested to hear, especially with what one of you having the history and then one of you not having the history. I'm interested to see how you guys are going to rate it. So here we go. We're going to talk about this in Critics Collective fashion. We have accolades going from 0 to 5. 5 being excellent, a must-watch, highly recommended for all viewers. 4 accolades, good, worth watching, has notable flaws. 3 accolades, average, some enjoyable moments, but lack significant impact. 2 accolades, below average, some redeeming qualities, but generally disappointing. 1 accolade is poor quality, not recommended, or 0 accolades, horrible, absolute trash, which we haven't had one yet in 2025. All right, Mayte, I'm gonna start with you. Being somebody that did not
start with me.
all right. I'm gonna back off it then. I'm gonna back off. Manny, the not so super fan, being the knowing the history of the documentary and everything. How many accolades you giving this one?
I'm gonna give it a 3. It was average.
I'm surprised.
What was that? No.
I respect that. I respect the average. So do you recommend people do you think people get more out of the documentary? Should they go back and track down a documentary, or should people just...
The documentary goes into much more detail as far as the story, but movie wise, it's an average, just chill movie. You just go and watch.
You got what they were selling. It's basically like, hey, this
I got what they weren't, they weren't like upselling me. So
yeah, okay, you're right.
But again, I can't. It's a life tragic event.
It's hard. It's hard rating true events. You want more out of it, but you can't deny the fact that this is the choices and this is how it ended. And sometimes you want more from it, but you're like, hey, it's a true story. It is what it is, right?
Yeah, and even what's it called? That movie with Mark Wahlberg when they took a whole like left field with the Liberty, that movie. It's like but they didn't go that route with this one. It was just all right.
Straightforward. I respect it. Okay, Mayte. Someone who now going in did not know this is based on true events. So the movie is all you got from the story. Tell me how many accolades you giving it.
See, I liked it. For me, it was 4.
You give it a 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought Manny was gonna say a 2. I was like, he didn't like it. He's gonna say 2. And I was like, dang. But you said 3, so I was like, I'm okay.
Okay. Yeah, you did look a little shocked.
I liked it. Movies when they make me cry, I felt something.
You felt something.
Mm-hmm.
And I completely understand why she cried.
Okay. Well, and maybe that's what this, like Manny was saying, to make a little money. This was for the people that don't take the time to watch documentaries. This is for people who have never been exposed to that story. So maybe it was more so targeted for that audience, even though they know the people that do know the story are gonna watch it. They're probably hoping that this your first time to the story. This is how we're gonna pull you in. And it seemed it was impactful. You liked the emotional aspect of it, so I guess they did what they were supposed to do. It's like, yeah, they got me.
They got me.
All right, that's what's up. So again, this is Last Breath, which just recently dropped in theaters. It's been in theaters now 2 weeks, so you guys can find it in a theater near you. Make sure once you watch this review, you get in the comments. Let us know how you felt about it. Once you watch the movie itself, let us know how many accolades you're going to give it. If you agree or disagree, if you saw the documentary, let's talk it up. Get in those comments and let us know. All right. And again, if you like what we're putting out, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and join and hit the alerts. Join the collective community. Our page is growing and we want to keep making content for you guys. All right. So thank you guys for joining us for another episode of the Critics Collective. I'm Legacy Lingo. We got Manny, the not so super fan, and Mayte. And we will see you guys on the next one.